Yeah, it was certainly one we felt like we were right in. Going into the last 10, we felt like we got ourselves to a reasonable position. Unfortunately, we let it slip. We're pretty disappointed in the rooms afterwards.
But the back-to-back tons made a fantastic effort.
Yeah, personally, it was nice to finish the tournament strong. Felt like I was batting pretty well throughout the tournament. Found a couple of ways to get out early on, but yeah, it was nice to finish well and be making runs.
Having had such high expectations going into the tournament, what went wrong in those final 10 overs?
Yeah, look, I feel like throughout the tournament we were a little bit patchy. We were confident going into the tournament for sure, and just at times I felt like we weren't able to put 100 overs together. We played some really good stuff, and individually we had a lot of really good performances throughout the tournament, but unfortunately we weren't able to get the 100 overs together often enough, which was disappointing.
When you look at those sides that you've played, that's largely going to be their shield lineup as well. Does that give you confidence? You look at what they've got to offer, and your experience now measures up well?
Yeah, look, I think everyone in the dressing room will certainly feel confident going into the Shield season. Everyone put some really good performances on the board throughout the tournament. We had good contributions across the board, just not often enough was it the batters and the bowlers putting it together on the day. But certainly going into the Shield season, we're going to be really confident that we've got what it takes to go another step this year and try and win the thing.
Could you do any more personally to knock on the door of someone selecting a national team, perhaps? 41.5 at international level at a strike rate of 85, I think, in 1 day.
Yeah, personally, I feel like I'm batting well. I'm putting my hand up. As a batter, runs are your currency, and hundreds even more so. So I feel like personally I'm batting well, and I'm ready to go if I get a call up. That's about as much as you can do.
Just keep it charged.
Yeah, the phone's well and truly charged. It's always on, mate. Always on, 24/7.
How much weighting do you think the One-Day Cup will have on the World Cup squad for later next year?
Look, it's hard to tell. I think runs at the time of the squad being selected will weigh heavily, regardless of the format. That's usually the case these days. So, all you can do is put as many runs on the board throughout the year as you possibly can, and then the rest of it's in the lap of the selectors.
There's been a little bit made about playing on these suburban ovals. What have you found about playing on a few of these smaller grounds?
Yeah, look, I'm not sold on playing on the club grounds. I feel like we need to be playing on the first-class facilities as often as possible. Playing at the Wacker was great early in the tournament, but I'd like to think that we're going to get to play at the SCG, MCG, Blundstone Arena a little bit more often, and most importantly, the Adelaide Oval here. So I'm hoping that's not too far away in the next few years, but time will tell.
One of the privileged bunch of players in the country who's been able to experience the days leading up to receiving a baggy green cap. How do you think Travis is feeling?
Oh, look, Travis has got to be over the moon at the moment, and having been there personally, it's just a couple of the greatest days of your life. We at the Redbacks are just absolutely over the moon. It's exciting to see him in and amongst the Australian squad, and to hear that he's going to be debuting for Australia and wearing the baggy green. I mean, we just couldn't be happier here at the Redbacks. So he's got a great few days ahead of him. His family's heading over. I've got a couple of messages from him before, so it's just a great time and something that we're going to really enjoy sitting down and watching.
Does it give you, or does it give the whole team the heart to see the direction the Redbacks are going? The fact that you've got Trav there, the fact that Alex and other guys are being looked at for Australian jobs?
Yeah, certainly the fact that we're starting to get a few more guys into the Australian setup. As you mentioned, Alex Carey, Kane Richardson, Adam Zampa, Travis Head in recent times have all performed well for the Australian team. So it's certainly really exciting. We feel like we're on the right track here. We've got guys getting pushed up into the Australian team, which is fantastic, and we're expecting more of that in the coming years.
Is Shield cricket going to be harder now if Trav is away with the Aussies?
Look, I think it's certainly a challenge whenever you lose players to the Australian side, and that's a challenge we want. We feel like we've got good depth in the squad now. We've been challenged by injuries over the last couple of years, and we've stood up pretty well to that. So we've got a good amount of experience into our younger players as well, and as we saw, with Connor McInerney debuting last night and looking right at home, we're confident in every one of the players in our list to be able to stand up.